So today's adventure includes not one, but 2 ferry rides. We are headed over to check out the little tiny communities of Harrop and Procter.
That is just on the west side of Kootenay Lake, just south of Balfour. The Balfour ferry goes to Kootenay Lake, or Kootenay Bay, where we're at right now. And it's 7 kilometers, I believe, from the Balfour ferry that you have to take the second ferry to go across to Harrop and Procter. I'm not sure if Harrop is on the other side, or if it's Procter on the other side, or if they're both on the other side of this short little ferry, but we'll find out in a little bit.
All right, we're off the ferry and we're on
the way to the second ferry.
Second ferry. We are on Highway 3. So turn left here onto the Harrop Ferry Road.
And it is a cable ferry for anyone who might be interested.
And they basically run whenever there's cars waiting, from what I understand. It's an on-demand ferry, operating 24 hours. Oh look, they have a little book library there. That's rather cute. So, a little tiny ferry. I don't even think there's washrooms on this one. So we're just going across the bay here. Okay, and we're off the ferry. So this is the community of Procter.
Oh, this is Harrop.
Oh, this is Harrop.
Going to Procter.
So both Harrop and Procter are on the other side of the lake.
And there's
West
the post
Farm.
office.
Well, there's postal boxes. There's a hall down there. We'll check that out on the way back. We're going to go get this wood first. So what is bringing us to the Harrop Procter area today? Well, Brent found some slab planks, firewood. What was it advertised
It's
as?
bundles of slabs.
Okay.
8 foot long. And it's basically all offcuts from a guy that has his own sawmill. So it's slab pieces of bark and smaller pieces that he couldn't mill into lumber. So he bundled them up and he's got them for sale. And he's got a few different bundles, so I can only take one in the truck at a time. And apparently one bundle equals roughly 1/3 of a cord. So that's what my plan is, to use it for firewood. And hopefully a lot of it is cedar, so I can use it for kindling and just use that strictly as kindling. And larger pieces of wood I can use for the rest of the firewood.
Alrighty then. So what I've been noticing, oh, there's a schoolhouse. Oh, I don't think it's operational though. It looks like a one-room schoolhouse and was built in 1912. Well, they got their own fire department, which is probably a good thing. What else is going on? So there's a lot of, when you take the Balfour ferry, you can see all these lovely beach houses lining along the lake. And this is not the main body of the lake. This is the west arm. Oh, they got a railway track on here. I guess that access to the mainland? Or
That would go probably to Nelson, all the way south.
oh yeah, that would make sense. This place, I had to use the lock the hubs to get up the driveway. Everything's like gumbo around here.
Yeah, she's a little bit on the muddy side.
Yeah. So this guy's got a large machine. And he's gonna load it into our truck. So I guess they mill up all these, oh, there's some nice planks in there. Oh Lord, I don't know that I can watch this. Oh, okay. Nice if it wasn't swinging. Yeah, he's got to go towards you a little bit. There we go. That's kind of how that was done. Yeah, nice little operation here. They're making cedar planks, and so they make fir and
well,
cedar?
He's got mostly cedar around here, so they do a lot of milling of cedar, shingles, boards, decking, all kinds of stuff like that. And what we're hauling right now is basically the offcuts from said lumber. Now to head home. Luckily we've got a 1-ton.
Yeah, I feel like we got some
Yeah, we got some serious weight in the back there.
So Harrop Procter.
This is Harrop Procter Road, just so you know.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand and help you to understand what this joint is all about, and how much further does that road go, and where does it go to? I think more of the same kind of.
It goes all the way out to the point.
So greenhouses seems to be part of the industry here.
Here's where that guy is fishing.
I got a little statue here. Guy sitting on the
Got a
rock
fishing pole.
fishing. Got his dog with him.
That's funny.
That's cute.
Harrop Hall. Yeah.
It was right that way. So there doesn't seem to be any RV parks or camping in
Well,
this
there's Harrop
area.
Hall right there.
Right
Just
there.
walk past.
Oh, now we're gonna have to go in a circle until.
Nope, we're gonna drive around here.
Oh,
And
there's the parking lot there.
Yeah. This is Harrop Hall. Nice little place. Got the fire ring and lots of firewood.
We got firewood for community events. Looks like they put that roof on not too long ago. Like a lot of the halls in and that sort of thing in this area. They have a little bit of age to them. Other than being in a close proximity to the ferry, we got some really cute little beach homes here. So this neck of the woods is still kind of baffling me. I don't have a clear picture yet. We're gonna have to do some clarification. Today we're gonna dive in a little bit deeper to the Harrop Procter. We went over there the other day and kind of did one job, and that was the end of it. So as the ferry is going in, that is Procter right there. Lots of little beach homes and that sort of thing. Okay, we're back at the Harrop ferry, and it's a busy one today. There's a couple of trucks on the ferry, and I'm not sure how many cars. Anyways, let's dive into the history of this ferry. It started off as just a wooden barge, and they were hauling cattle back and forth on it. And this is just across the water, across the west arm of Kootenay Lake. And because there was never a bridge built. Originally, the landing point was not here. The landing point was down that way, about 800 meters. There's been many upgrades to the ferry. So in 1925, I had to be careful, I didn't say 2025. 1925 was the first original, still wooden, what was it? It was a 4-car capacity scow, or little barge. And it was powered by a 14 horsepower engine that was below deck, which ironically, there was an operator about a couple of years later that died due to carbon monoxide poisoning. We've come a long way, folks. Then in 1934, they discovered dry rot in this scow, so they started to consider an upgrade. So they have had several upgrades. 1938 was the first upgrade, and then in 1947 was the first steel barge that they had going across. They had, I have notes. Couldn't remember it all. I'm not a history buff. 1962 they did another upgrade, and then in the 1990s they did a upgrade. The most recent upgrade was in 2019, where this current barge or ferry is powered by electric, and the dog's windows are open. I don't know if you can hear it.
And it is a cable ferry as well.
Yeah, so it's always been a cable ferry. I imagine there's a bit of a current because at the bottom end of the east arm it flows into the Columbia River.
One thing I noticed, we're just driving around Harrop right now. There doesn't seem to be a lot, except for houses, of course. And this is the second pile of lumber, or logs, that we've seen just on the side of the road here. The last one, I guess it was right at their end of their driveway, same as this one. And whenever they need to refill their log storage, they just come out here, start bucking it up, take it in. So they get, some people just get their logs delivered whole, and it's probably cheaper that way, instead of getting someone to deliver one cord at a time. It's kind of a good idea. If you've got the room on the side of the road, why not? So, pretty cool.
I feel like this might be unique to this part of the world. Okay, let's talk about Harrop. So, way back in 1889, a fellow named George Buchanan, he put together a sawmill. And the sawmill lasted about 3 years. But the point where, we haven't found the sawmill yet, the point where the sawmill was called Sawmill Point. And that name outlasted the mill. So I guess, I don't know if it was a matter of moving product or what the issue was. The sawmill was no more. Then a little bit later, there was another guy who came along in 1894. I'm getting my centuries mixed up. Created a place called West Landing, and that was the place where the steamers used to fuel up. So as we may have mentioned in one of our earlier episodes when we were talking about Caslow, is there were steamers and paddle wheel boats that would go up and down the lake, because that was the easiest way to transport things to and from. Anyways, so then around 1900, the CP Rail decided to put a railway in, and that railway still exists to this day. So we're going to figure out where it goes to, but we know that it ends in Nelson. So the railway came off the Crow's Nest Pass, the highway, and came up through this way. It was established in 1903. 1909, there was a settlement that actually developed here, which the original settlement we have not figured out just yet. We kind of drove around and saw a lot of houses that were quite newer. They weren't turn of the century. In that settlement, they had a store, and then there was a church built in 1910, and then they started with the creation of the road that was drivable going into Procter, which we're going to go visit in a little bit. So they had a school. The school started in 1908, 1909, and then they didn't build the schoolhouse. So the kids went to school in the church, and the schoolhouse was built in 1912.
Actually, the original school was taught in a small log cabin.
And then they went to the church.
Yeah, then they moved to the church a couple years later once the church was built.
It was just a one-room school. There was a lot of those back in the day.
Well, you're looking over 100 years ago, 115 years ago.
Yeah, back in the day. This hall, apparently the first part of it was completed in 1958, and then they added on to it in 64, good year, and 76. The Methodist Church turned into a United Church, and that closed down in 1962. And the post office, which was established, closed the following year. So yeah, everything kind of happened and then it closed down. So I don't think it was sustainable. And in the 70s, it mostly became retired people that lived in this neck of the woods. So that is the exciting part of Harrop. It kind of had a little store, which we haven't found yet. And we did a little bit of driving around. There's no signs of a store or anything like that. So we're going to go check out Procter. Modern times. There may not be a grocery store on this peninsula, but we just saw a Save On Foods online shopping van go past us. He's just up there. So at the very end of the road, there is a Kootenay Lake village. Play in nature, live in nature, play in nature. Anyway, sorry, I was just looking around to see where this goes. This is an interesting, looks like a mattress, but it's actually some kind of weird sculpture. It's gonna wander over here. Oh wow. We might might have to take a little stroll here. There's more to this than meets the eye. I'll have to look through my notes. We found this little park here at the very tip end of Procter. So this is quite lovely. And there's a little structure up there. Not sure if that's private or what the deal is with that. So in doing a lot of reading, I discovered that one of the draws to Procter would be Airbnb. Brent's gonna play Airbnb stays. So if you're thinking the Kootenays might be a place where you would want to stay, then this might be a neck of the woods you might want to check out. Okay, now we've got up here. It's the glass house and is considered the Kootenay Lake Village Event Center. This would be a really nice space to have a small wedding or just a gathering.
Absolutely. And look at that view.
That is really something.
And this is out at Procter Point. So all in behind here, that direction.
That way.
That is the main body of the lake. And over here to the left is the west arm of Kootenay Lake that heads towards Nelson. And that's, well, we've come about, I'd say probably 10 kilometers from the Harrop ferry landing, I guess you could call it, in Harrop. Yeah, this would be a really nice place in the middle of the summer.
Right now, down where the dogs are, it's very, very moist. We got one boot that might be questionable. I can't tell if my feet are cold or damp. I imagine that little structure is part of the park as well. There seems to be some outdoor
little
seating.
Outdoor dining there.
Yeah. And I wonder if we go down this driveway.
Yeah, well, there's a driveway here and it goes up and over to that building there. Well, let's go check it out. Come on, girls.
Come on, girls. This little structure here, I imagine you could probably rent it. It's probably on Airbnb or something like that. And it's a little one bathroom with a loft. And it's like a ladder to the loft. It's really cute in there. And there's a full kitchen and then there's the barbecue area outside. Yeah, like I was saying, there is many, many, many places to stay here in Procter. They're all on Airbnb. So you could book like a house and there's retreats and all sorts of things. Okay, Procter. It's a little unincorporated community in the Kootenays on Kootenay Lake. And it's located in the west arm of the Kootenay Lake. The origin of the name is from Thomas Greg Procter, Procter with an E-R. And he came over here in 1891.
Oh, he was here a long time before, I thought.
Yeah.
Well, he was, I believe, the original postmaster from 1906 to 1908, was it?
Hang on. He bought the land at the lake outlet. So he bought all this land out here. And then he turned his home that was here into a hunting and fishing lodge. That lodge isn't here anymore. And then in 1897, a British syndicate acquired nearby land and created the town of Kootenay City. No. And this was in anticipation of the railway being built on this peninsula. CP Rail opened up its railway to this area in 1900. This is with the Nelson Procter Spur. And 1901, Sunshine Bay between Harrop and nearby Procter opened a wharf complex to handle the freight cars.
There you go.
So that's how it all started.
So we've got history here going back roughly 135 years.
There was a community hall here as well and a Catholic church, and they were built in 1938. So the early 1900s was a little slow, and then after World War II the population did dwindle. Procter did end up being the postmaster.
The inaugural postmaster from 1906 to 1908.
Yes. And in 1913, he died in Oak Bay, long ways away from here, so Victoria area, in a hit and run. Reportedly the first person to die in an automotive accident in BC. So the general store was built in 1909. And
which we did drive past it. I believe that was it.
yeah, that was...
If it's actually still open. It says general store on the side of it, so there's a small building, but we don't know if it actually is a business currently.
Since the 70s, this area is mostly people who have retired or weekend retreat. So, and as I was saying, there's quite a few retreats and houses that can be rented through Airbnb, probably other avenues as well. That just is one I stumbled on. And
I have not seen any RV parks though.
No, I don't think there is.
The roads are fairly narrow. They are 2-lane, of course, but they are fairly narrow. So I would not consider Procter or Harrop a big rig friendly area.
So the Castle, the barge continued to serve Castle and Lardell until 77 when Sunshine Bay Piers closed permanently. In 86, the United Church closed. The next year, the school was consolidated with the school that was on the North Shore, which is the Redfish Elementary. The post office here closed in 1990. The former schoolhouse houses a library and small business services, and the tenants include the Procter Village Bakery, which ran for 20 years before closing in 2018, so it closed not too long ago. Procter General Store includes a liquor agency, gas and propane. Kootenay Storytelling Festival is held every July. So we're going to go see if that store is open, and we're going to also pop into that Sunshine Bay and see what there is to see there. Turns out they do have a general store, and I think that Save on Foods truck was coming to deliver groceries to the store.
Because actually that's where he parked.
Yeah.
It was right in front of the store when we drove past.
Yeah, so they also have some propane and looks like
regular gasoline, no diesel.
So who knows, maybe some people just don't leave the peninsula.
That's possible. And then right behind us here, if you turn the camera, there's the post office.
Oh, post office boxes. There is no post office.
Post office boxes, correct. But that's the post. That's where the people pick up their mail that live here. So anyways, we're going to go take a look in the general store here, just over my left shoulder, you can see. So here we go.
And it turns out that this store, and it has a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, happens to be for sale. So maybe the people who are running it are just a little bit retired or wanting to retire. So this is the main wharf. It's directly across from the ferry landing. So this is the Red Wassack Memorial Fishing Wharf. So once upon a time, this was the main shipping area for the for products that came off of here. So from what I understand, apparently there is a cafe as well as that grocery store, which is open year-round. So small grocery store that's still in existence. So we stopped in at Sunshine Bay Park, and Sunshine Bay was one of the main docking points. It is a boat ramp, which is looking a little bumpy. Back right next to the dock. Look like it's shallow a long ways out there.
Well, I can see the concrete runs at least 50, 60 feet out into the water. Mm-hmm. So I can see the outline of the bottom of it.
And then you said that was a dry dock or something?
Well, it's got the depths down the sides, so I don't know what it would be.
Nice carvings. The bench. Bailey, what are you doing, you bonky, crazy dog? My dog is now an acrobat.
Parkour!
Oh, but Bailey doesn't want to go on this ramp because it's got holes in it. Rick doesn't seem to.
Yeah, she's coming.
She needed us to test it. Don't you fall in.
Oh, it's moving too.
Bailey, come here. Wrigley, come here. Yeah, Bailey's gone back to solid ground. The dock is a little too wobbly for her. Come on, Riggs, up. So I see that there's a path here that runs alongside the lake. This doesn't seem to be that, to me, because I can see floaty things on the water. It doesn't look like a very great beach area. So there's no indication as to what is down this trail.
It's just a walking trail beside the water.
Yeah, not sure how far it goes. It's another little location. I think it's primarily a boat ramp. Brent did see a ball diamond on the way in.
A small ball diamond, so for just a Sunday afternoon, whatever, picnic, you want to play ball with the kids. Then there's a large picnic area as well with a playground that I saw when we were first pulling in. Then there's a basketball net over there with a wall underneath it with a goal for soccer or for hockey that's outlined on the wall. That's a nice little place.
So the lady in the store said, just like Crawford Bay, this place is very busy. Procter and Harrop is very busy in the summertime, and now, you know, January, February, it's a little bit quiet.
See, over on the far side, we've got two soccer nets. And then benches around to sit. And then there's a big picnic area there with washrooms and a kids' playground over there.
Oh, I have a sneaking suspicion because there's a trail that goes along there. So the trail that we were looking at is probably a loop that goes around the this park.
Yeah, and then there's a little bridge over there for walking. Yeah.
So lots to do here, but it is typically a summer, you know, spring, summer, maybe early fall spot.
Yeah, she did say that the January, February were the slow months here.
Yeah, so there is a cafe. We didn't spot it.
Apparently she closed. She closes for January, February. So,
So I'm just gonna show you in behind this playground. There's just the mountains and just beautiful.
Well, a little addition I'd like to add. We are at the Balfour Ferry Terminal. And I just thought I'd point straight across here, right across from the Balfour Terminal. Straight over here, there's that brown house with the big A-frame on it, a big beautiful house. Right to the left of it is a pier, and that is First Avenue. And then it goes 2nd Avenue, 3rd Avenue, and 4th Avenue. That there is the town or village of Procter. So that basically is the main section of Procter. Then there's a road that goes back towards Kootenay Lake. Well, this is West Arm here. Goes all the way down that way, a couple of kilometers, maybe a kilometer and a half. And that's where we went to that little retreat. Miriam can put the name of it down below. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Anyways, and then from there, the town of Procter, village of Procter, 7 kilometers that direction is the Harrop Procter ferry, which brings you back across to this side, and then you drive up Highway 3A. So that was a nice little getaway. If you're going to be going over there, it'd be a great place to go. It's definitely quiet. There's a fair amount of houses over there and places to stay, albeit they're B&Bs, Airbnbs.
Harrop Procter is a small rural communities on the west arm of the Kootenay Lake, and you don't come here for metropolitan type things. There is one little grocery store on the peninsula, which is very limited as far as what.
Yeah, they carry the essentials and then maybe a few odds and ends. They're also a liquor depot. They've got gas there and propane.
So if you're coming to stay for a week, which there's lots of Airbnb, like I said earlier, and we did not see any RV parks or places for camping. So you're coming here for peace and quiet and tranquility, enjoy a little fishing, maybe some swimming.
Fishing, swimming, campfires.
Yeah, and that's about it.
Yeah, just relaxation.
There is just across the street from the Sunshine Bay Park is the Sunshine Bay Retreat, and that one I saw on Airbnb, so I know where one of them is. And then there's a few along the shore scattered, and some of the people, they live somewhere else and then they come up here for the summer and just to relax and unwind and unplug. So,
summer homes.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's all we wanted to share with you this week.
Give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Ring that bell for notifications.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye. Oh, there's snow over here. Oh, poop time.
No? Oh,
Yes.
Maybe? Great, I just started recording. 1508. Now I can't really tell where the parts...
1508? Are you sure about that?
Okay, let's try that again. 1958. There was an 8 and a 5. Oh dear. And for some reason, numbers don't stick in my head.